Hi everybody, my name is Karen and I am the counselor here at Plexus. Welcome to the workshop about where to look for internships and volunteering opportunities. In this workshop, I'll guide you through different resources that you can use in order to apply to internships and volunteer opportunities. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start off with the definition of each, an internship and a volunteer opportunity. Now let's start off with internship. An internship is a temporary position offered to students in order to gain experience in a professional setting. Internships can be paid or unpaid and can be related to what you want or are majoring in. That is, if you are interested in majoring in business, then you should pursue an internship that is related to business, and that can even look good on your college applications as well. Now let's move on to the definition of volunteer. A volunteer is an individual who offers their services to a cause or organization without getting paid to do the work. Now, as you can see, there is a difference between an internship and a volunteer. One of the main differences is that an internship can be paid or unpaid, and volunteer opportunities are basically unpaid. A volunteer position is applicable to everyone, and they do not have to be students. That is, if you're not a student, that is completely fine. You can also pursue volunteer opportunities related to what you want to be or related to just helping your community overall. Now, before you start looking, here are a few steps that you should do. First, you should build a network. Of course, building a network is always very useful because those people that you have added to your network can eventually help you in pursuing a good opportunity. Second, we have build a resume. Now, for those of you that don't know what a resume is a document that details all of your experiences, your skills, even what you want to do, any awards that you have received, etc. Third, you should build a cover letter format. Now, a cover letter is basically a supplement for your resume. Some internships and maybe volunteer opportunities may require it. Most likely internships will require it. It's a way for you to support your resume and say like anything that you wanted to add that is applicable to the opportunity you want to apply to. Fourth, identify your area of interest. That is, identify the major you wanted to pursue, identify something that you are interested in helping your community for, etc. And 5, practice. By practice, I mean that you should practice your interviews, you should practice the professionalism you're going to show. You can practice maybe with your friends, with your peers, even with your family members, teachers, etc. Let's start off with how to look for internships. The first way you can look for internships is through personal contacts. Of course, you can reach out to your family members. That is, your family members might know of someone in the family who is involved in a business that you're interested in. You can also reach out to your friends. Maybe one of your friends has pursued an opportunity that you're interested in as well. Or maybe they can also know someone who works in a place that you want to work in as well. Let's move on to school. You can also find internships through your school by asking your teachers. Maybe one of your teachers teaches in the subject that you are interested in, and you are interested in maybe... Now let's move on to school. Let's start off with teachers. For teachers, you can also ask them. Maybe they teach the subject that you're interested in pursuing. Maybe they might know someone as well who might be hiring for an internship or a volunteer opportunity. Academic counselor, your academic counselor, of course, is always there to help with your academic goals. Next thing we have is flyers. You can also look for your flyers at school billboards and your library/community centers. And finally, the most common way to look for internships is through the internet. You can check out social media. Some social media websites that you can use are linkedin.com, facebook.com, twitter.com, etc. You can check out internships.com. You can check out internshipprograms.com, idealist.org, and goabroad.com. The last website, goabroad.com, is for students who are interested in pursuing an internship abroad. Now let's move on to how to look for volunteer opportunities. Of course, the ways that you can look for volunteer opportunities are very similar to those of internships. Now let's start off with personal contacts. Of course, you can reach out to your family members, your friends, your teacher, and your academic counselor. They might know of some people who might be looking for volunteers for their business or organization. You can look for flyers at your library, community centers, or even your school billboards. Of course, your school might promote some opportunities for volunteer within that community. You can look for local charities and organizations. Now, you can, of course, look in the internet for these charities and organizations, or maybe you might know someone who is involved in one of these organizations and you're also interested in joining as well. And finally, the most common way, of course, is through the internet. You can use social media. Of course, you can use the social media websites I mentioned before, which are LinkedIn, Facebook.com, Twitter.com, etc. You can use DoSomething.org, VolunteerMatch.org, Idealist.org, and AllForGood.org. And finally, here are some other ways in which you can pursue a volunteer or an internship opportunity. First, we have email local companies of interest. Of course, you want to send them an email specifying what you are interested in, what type of job or internship, volunteer opportunity you would like to pursue within their organization, etc. Next, we have keep an open mind to a variety of opportunities. That is, if you don't find an opportunity within the major that you're interested in, that is completely fine. You are still going to stand out in your college applications. Next thing we have is always remain professional. That is, you always want to remain professional. You want to shake the hand of the interviewer. You want to, of course, have a professional language, etc. And finally, don't give up just because you don't hear back. If you don't hear back, you want to send them an email or maybe give them a phone call, but just don't do it too often to the point that you're going to annoy them, because that is going to look bad on you. So just don't give up, just be patient and don't give up. All right, we have reached the end of this workshop. Thank you everybody for sticking around. Before I leave, I would like to let you all know to please download our Plexus app on the App Store or Google Play. If you download our app, you'll be able to receive instant notifications. We will also very much appreciate it if you leave us a rating and a review on the App Store or Google Play as well. We very much appreciate all the feedback you all can give us. Chat with my counselor if you have any questions regarding this workshop, or if you'd like to reach out about your journey to higher education. We're always happy to help in answering all of those questions as well. And finally, check out our Plexus YouTube page for more college readiness workshops. Our Plexus YouTube page is called Plexus Social Media. Thank you everybody again, and I will see you all in the next workshop. Bye.